Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yakuza 4.
Yeah, that's next week.
Yakuza 4.
We're gonna talk about next week. Dude, have you? I've been playing this crazy game. It's called QWOP. Have you ever tried it?
It's not on the list.
No. It's too hard.
Too hard?
Yeah.
You pussy? Did you get soft in our vacation?
Dude, you don't understand. This game, like, I spent an hour on it, and I didn't get very far at all. Like, it's.
All right. So how is it so hard?
You gotta run.
Okay, so your stubby little Asian legs were useless for you in the running competition, but I am built for speed.
You really think so? So
I got this.
So wait, you gotta run 100 meters.
Easy, done.
I ran about 8.
What?
Yeah. So can you beat that?
I'm gonna trash you.
All right.
I'm gonna trash your 8 meters. Let's make this happen.
Okay.
All right,
dude. Are you ready? Now, this game.
Yeah.
This game. So read this.
All right,
you
so
are QWOP.
I am QWOP.
Okay.
I'm our small nation's sole representative. Use the QWOP keys, QWOP, to move your legs.
Can you run 100 meters? You have to.
I can run 200 meters.
But the training program was underfunded.
It's not about whether you win or lose. All right.
Are you ready? Okay.
All right, here.
So those are your thighs and those are your calves.
I have to move my thighs separate. All right, hold on. There. Oh no! Come on, get up.
Come on, you can do it.
0.4 meters.
Come on, you can do 8. Everyone's a winner.
Fuck.
All
All right, so I just move my thighs and then my calves and then my calves. Oh,
Nice.
Oh yeah, motherfucker!
Nice.
Shit!
2.6.
Ah.
You can do it.
Okay, all right, here we go.
You got it.
Come on, QWOP! Come on, QWOP!
Look, you messed. You're right there.
All right.
You just gotta fall forward. You'll make it.
Why does he keep going backwards? QWOP! I hate you, QWOP. Run. I can't even tell what the buttons are doing. No! -3 meters! So this one's this thigh, and this one's this thigh.
Hey, you good. Just go straighten out.
God damn it.
Oh, you can do it, man. Come on.
I just don't feel like QWOP is listening to me. Oh!
So just imagine your W's your thigh and P's your calf. There you go.
This is the worst game I've ever played.
Come on, 8 meters. How hard is it, man? Come on.
Are you moving both? Are you moving both at the same time?
You can. You can try.
I don't understand what is happening when he. Get up! Get on up! Huh! Get up! Come on! I'm a sex machine! Ah!
Okay, try one leg at a time.
Dun, 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 dun. Do it! Do it!
There you go,
Do
there
it!
you
Yes!
go.
Yes! Just one! No! I hate this game. Why he always moves backwards?
Well, I think it's because you used Q. Use the thigh.
But
Negative 1.1.
bitch.
Okay. Yeah. 8 meters. That's all you gotta do, man.
All right. I may have spoken too soon on the being able to beat your score thing.
Let me see if I remember
All
how to
right,
do
do
that.
this.
There we go. Okay.
Come on, use up.
Oh no! There we go. Not too fast. Hold on.
Wait, you got it. You had. Oh no! Come on, man! Move your thighs. Why can't you move? Move your legs at the same time.
What is the trick?
I hate this game.
Oh, there we go. Woo.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no! You almost beat my record of 2. Oh.
No, that's
Oh no!
no, get over. No.
Get back up, QWOP! You can do it, QWOP! Yes! You wiggly motherfucker!
Oh no. There we go.
Oh!
4.5!
Alright, I've been
I'm the winner.
defeated. I have been defeated. This
That's-
game fucking sucks!
That's right. Stubby legs.
Stubby legs. and welcome back. This is episode 226 of NooBTooB, a weekly independent podcast where we are rocking all sorts of games, back from vacation, doing double episode because we're tough, son.
Oh yeah, look, if you can see the same fucking shirts.
And bigger sweat stains under our arms.
This episode's going to be ripe.
Yes, so we may have already been drinking a lot of wine.
A little bit.
So
your name is?
My name is Tomo Kazire.
My name is Yuzo Watanabe, and this week we are covering Dragon Age 2 and Recettear, An Item Shop's Tale.
Yep.
And You Don't Know Jack Beyond Good and Evil HD.
Yay! And new releases include Darkspore and the Nintendo 3DS.
Ooh.
It is finally coming out.
Interesting.
Yes. So let's get started with the show with Dragon Age 2.
Dragon Age 2.
Pow.
So we played a lot of Dragon Age 2 and kicked ass, mind you, at the preview event.
We did.
This game's not as hard as it was at the demo, I gotta say, man. What the fuck?
I don't understand. Like, I know that we've been drinking at that demo.
A little bit.
But we have video evidence that we whooped up on some fools.
That's
and
right.
It was, I don't understand why it was so much harder then than it is now.
I mean, people were saying, like I remember hearing other journalists who were there, they were like, yeah, it was really hard. No, I didn't finish it. Nobody finished it.
Nobody but us.
Except us.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, no, and then we actually played the real game. I'm playing. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's fun. It's much better. Like all the the difficulties tuned correctly. Yes. You can do all of the things you guys remember from Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins.
Yep.
The hopping between characters very easily.
Pausing.
You can pause. You can micromanage the group if you want, or you can just kind of play as yourself, and the rest of the group will do their own thing.
Yeah, and with the big change to the combat system, again, we talked about a little bit before, is that they're making it much more button mashy.
Yes, way more button mashy.
Yeah, the big thing, we remember back at PAX, we were at that thing, and they were saying, like, okay, here, our philosophy now is every button does something awesome.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, yeah, all right.
Like,
sure.
You may be overly enthusiastic.
A little bit.
That's kind of like how I describe myself to women sometimes. Like, every time I touch you will be awesome. They're like, she's like,
yeah, well, yeah.
I mean,
that one time was okay.
It wasn't terrible. Every time you touched me, it did something, I guess.
I felt pressure or something.
I wouldn't say you weren't touching me.
There was no question, hopefully.
God.
Yeah,
I got to get my sex Yelp review from a bunch of women.
3 stars.
Yeah. 2.9 if I can give it that. So you're running around. I picked magic users like I always do.
Yes, I picked rogue like I always do, typically.
So you're going around. They do this thing where you've got 3 spells, and then you can hold the trigger and get 3 more, so you can kind of deck up, get six abilities you can be using at any one time, plus the hammer all the time button, which is the just standard regular attack that you just kind of blah, 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 blah.
It's a little different from the PC version, because we tried the PC version as well, and the PC version you have like a fucking huge-ass bar of stuff you can do. So this one's definitely geared for the console, and I gotta say, the console controls were pretty good.
They're great.
No issues. Like, I was, slicing people, doing like crazy backstabs, and I think they really delivered in terms of really doing something interesting. I wouldn't say awesome. Doing something not boring.
Right.
With each button. And I was really getting into the flow. It was just like, wow, this is really cool. I'm like killing people. This is awesome. So I didn't have a problem with the combat system at all.
No, and I thought they did a really interesting job of kind of getting the story going.
Yeah, that was weird.
I thought it was very clever, actually. I've never seen them do that before the game, where someone's telling a story and you hop in and play it, and then they're like, fuck you, that's not what happened. That's not what really happened. And they go back, and then all of a sudden everybody's way weaker.
Yes.
And it's, it becomes, it's kind of the twist on what they do in every RPG ever, which is, I am the sword guy, and I'm level 99 with everything, and then it's just like, some magic happens. I've lost all my abilities.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly what they did in this.
And I think, I'm pretty sure they think they do that once, just to sort of like, here's all the shit you can do. Oh, by the way, actually, you're going to do your standard progression of getting all the stuff.
But you know what you're heading towards.
Exactly. You know how awesome you could be. And like, I'm cool with that. But like the whole idea of the story structure, the whole Princess Bride-esque.
Being told a story, but like skipping, going back and forth. Like, I don't know if I like it or not. Because I like the idea that the reason why they didn't, they explain they do it is so that they can they can concentrate on the most exciting elements, as opposed to having something interesting happen for the entire story. Right.
So for this one, like I felt like I was missing some stuff. So like I don't want to give too much away, but you go someplace, then you go someplace else, and like all of a sudden you're like well established, and I'm like, but.
Yeah.
how did I get there?
Right.
Like, what happened? And I'm sure it was mundane shit of, like,
Right.
going and collecting trash or something like that, right?
collect trash. Now I have a house.
Yes, collect 10 trash bags in this
Right.
area, right? And then
Repeat every day for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then retire.
And now you're at this point. But so,
Yeah.
so that to me, like, I felt like something missing, but at the same time, they did make the movie the story go along pretty well.
I know exactly what you mean, because the thing is there's something about being an adventurer from scratch to finish without a break, where it's like you get this unbroken narrative string, as opposed to just like, hey, check this out, hey, check this out, hey, check this out. You know, like, but the thing is, what I did notice is that they hop you around a lot more in the beginning phase of the game.
Yep.
Then later on, it's just kind of like, okay, now I can wander the town, now I can meet everybody, now I can kind of learn where everything is. Now, you know, it definitely does. It opens up after a while. Like,
yeah, but it's still concentrated. Like, the other weird thing too is, like, as I was going on, it's like I kept on, like, I'm in this town, I'm in this town,
yeah,
I'm still in this town,
yeah,
like, things are happening in the town, and, like, but that doesn't feel like a huge epic
Right.
story of.
I think they did that on purpose. I think that
You think so?
they were saying that the original game kind of was trying really hard to be epic, and this one they wanted it to be a little bit more like RPG of. You learn a whole town. You know. I think it was supposed to be a little bit smaller. And it probably builds up to something.
I hope so, because again,
stupid epic.
I've been playing a fair bit, but not a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm still interested in keep playing. But it's like I was just like, really?
Yeah,
Like, they are kind of dragging out the town element a little much.
they do quite a bit. I would say my biggest complaint is not anything about the game.
Really?
So
Oh, I have a couple.
okay. I have some too, but we can get to that. But I mean, like my biggest complaint is that I feel like a lot of the game is very well done, and I don't find myself as interested in swords and sorcery anymore.
Oh, really?
Like,
Is this the whole genre?
So there's just like that genre where there's not even like a steampunk element to it. There's not, you know, like there's
You need a twist.
Yeah, this is just straight up Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, this is
It is
the town of Elrond was captured by the blah blah. It's like. And I don't think that I'm done with it forever.
Yeah.
It's just that right now I'm kind of digging like the Yakuza, like the Modern City, or the I'm right now I'm not feeling that. Like I liked Enslaved, where it's like you add tech to kind of D&D style.
I think you're kind of right, because if you think about like some of the games we really liked, like they actually go more towards the sci-fi element. Like
Yes.
we loved Vanquish, we liked a bunch of other sci-fi various games. You like Yakuza. We were really excited about BioShock Infinite.
Yes.
So like we like the idea of fantasy, but it's fantasy grounded in reality.
Right. I'm the kind of dude that when I walk into a bookstore and I see like Anne McCaffrey mixed in with my science fiction, I will spit in your face.
Well, it's always sci-fi fantasy because
Sci-fi fantasy is not the same shit. It makes me so science fiction and fantasy, and never the twain shall meet.
Did you see that fucking photo that I posted a long time ago in Barnes and Noble?
Which one?
So this pissed me off. Right? Not only do they have fucking sci-fi and fantasy mixed together, right? There's an entire fucking section. Paranormal romance.
And that's with sci-fi, right?
It's right next to it.
God
I'm just like,
damn it.
oh, I want me to hit somebody.
Just put the books for smart people over here.
Well, I want hard science fiction, fantasy science fiction.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, space opera over here. I mean, like I will
Heinlein
go into
wants
this.
its own section.
Oh yeah, give me there's
fuck.
there's all
Cyberpunk.
sorts. Yeah, fuck yeah, cyberpunk, steampunk over here.
Yeah.
So you're right. I mean, like we lean towards. If it's fantasy, it's got to be fantasy plus. It's got to be fantasy with something else. Like I don't tend just. I mean, even if you look at things like the Final Fantasy world, Final Fantasy always has other shit going on. I mean, they got all sorts of things with like trains and.
I have a question for you.
Super magic, whatever.
What about Zelda?
Why do I like Zelda?
Yeah, because Skyward Sword's coming out. You know you're gonna play the shit out of that game. So what is it about?
I have to think on that. That's interesting. I don't know.
But it isn't Dungeons and Dragons or sorcery. I think that's probably one big.
But it is straight up fantasy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe I just have to make special exceptions for. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad game. I'm just saying that like when I've got Dragon Age and Yakuza,
that's tough though.
It is tough. It is. Well, that's true. Anything would lose. I mean, like there'd be naked boobies in my face. I'm just like, blah blah blah. Come on.
You got naked boobies in Yakuza, probably.
I do.
Have you seen it yet?
No boobies yet.
Yeah, they might have
I've heard. God damn it! I've heard that there's some sort of naked sex shop, something or another.
Bullshit.
but you had to pre-order from GameStop.
No, they
that
would
you can
not
enter a
have
code.
Bullshit.
I've heard. I need to look this up because the dude at GameSpot was trying to talk at me when I came in. He's like, "Did you pre-order? Because you get a blah blah." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I don't want to hear you." But I think he mumbled something through my hand about like, "Oh, did you know there's a sex shop and the thing?" I was just like, "Why are you still talking?" I can't believe I'm in a GameStop. I'm so mad at myself.
I did that with my copy too, and I'm just like, because like I'm not gonna drive another half hour to Best Buy.
I know,
and they might not have it.
I love that they give me this fucking attitude when I walk in. I was like, "Hey, do you have Yakuza 4?" They're like, "I don't know. Did you pre-order?" It's like, "No." They're like, "Okay, we've got it right here." They're like, "Why did you give me the fucking attitude?"
Well, it's hard because they're
teasing you, right? They're trying to make you feel like they didn't have a copy unless you pre-ordered.
Yeah,
and
they're putting that thing in your brain. And the thing is, like, they have psychologists working for GameStop that know all of that shit. And I feel sorry for them because they're forced to do it. Because if they have their secret shopper come in and they don't do that, they're fired.
That's true.
But at the same time, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And I called their bluff because it's like, bitch, I'm the only person who even knows what Yakuza is. If you got any pre-orders, I will suck your dick right now.
I was just like, well, we got one.
He's writing out his own pre-orders.
Okay.
But yeah, what are we talking about?
Yakuza?
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age, yeah. So with the genre, I can totally understand.
Yeah.
For me,
so
like...
go back, so you had gameplay problems.
Yeah, so that's the game problem.
Things that are not me just talking.
So still, I remember one of the big complaints we had with Dragon Age 1 was it looked kind of like ass.
Did.
A lot of the faces, a lot of stuff. And
the character models especially.
The character models were terrible. And this is better. Yeah. They did fix a lot of it. But I look at that and look at Mass Effect 2 by the same freaking company released how many months ago?
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 still looked a lot better. Like I'm just like, really?
Don't they use the same engine for this stuff? I mean, I feel like maybe they don't. Maybe they don't.
Well, I know with Mass Effect 2 on the PS3, they decided to use the Mass Effect 3 engine.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Right?
That's right, where they're kind of skipping ahead. They're like, we've got this new engine coming.
The Dragon Age engine, we don't want to do that. But, right?
You're right.
So to me, but I mean, did you look at it? I'm just like, I'm not impressed.
Their
it didn't
faces
look like
are just
shit.
kind of flat.
Yeah, and it's just like, what bothers me actually with Yakuza, with some of these other games, like, I was telling you where I am, like, after watching L.A. Noire.
Well, nothing can touch that, dude.
I know,
I don't even know if L.A.
what?
Noire can touch that. You know what I mean? Like...
Dude, I've seen enough different scenes now where they'll look at them just like, oh shit.
I'm just saying, like, I want to play the game if it looks as good as the clips that I've been seeing. Like, it is.
But just for cutscenes, like, look, like considering how many cutscenes are in Yakuza, and you're looking at this lifeless face that might blink, and the eyes are kind of pointing at your ears.
Come on, their faces. Well, the body movements look really good.
Yeah, they're like,
no, they do very human gestures.
I'm just looking at it, and I'm just like.
Yeah, L.A. Noire's better.
But no, it's awesome. The script writing is great.
Yeah.
With this one, the story, like, you were like, words! Like, you know, I was actually watching.
But that was because we could, I mean, in all fairness,
were drunk too.
We were drunk and it was really loud in there, so it's like we couldn't hear a shit. So I was just skipping the thing. But I mean, it turns out the dialogue's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and so, like, BioWare is really great at crafting a great story, building a great engine, putting, you know, all this stuff. So it's a good game.
Yeah.
But, you know, placing it along with Mass Effect, not as good as that.
No. Mass Effect 2 is way better.
Yeah, so, like, to me, it's just like, totally get it.
Yeah.
Like, totally, because it's great, and there's not much else to play this month.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just like, it's not going to make my top list, right?
No, it is a good game. But
it's like, no major complaints.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't feel that way. Like in terms of complaints about it, it's just it was hard for me to really get super excited about.
Maybe once you're done with Yakuza and you need something to play, maybe
that's
you'll
what I'm
get
thinking.
Back into it.
That's but I would still be much more likely to hop into like a sci-fi game that comes out than Swords and Sorcery.
Like
but
Portal 2.
Portal 2.
Yes, that's later.
When is that? Is that late April?
A couple of weeks from now.
Okay.
So mid-April, I think. Yes. Okay, so
I'll play on my PS3. You can play on your PC.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
we should do that. Yeah,
just for shits and grins.
Dude, the Steam version is going to be available at midnight. I can't believe you would actually try the PS3 version.
I won't.
Yeah, I'm just like,
no.
It's not going to happen.
Oh my god.
Right?
You're
Think
right.
about it. You're going to preload it on Steam.
Oh yeah, I mean 12:01. I will be playing. And the cool thing is you and I can go both play through the single player. Then we'll be able to be like, all right, let's do the co-op shit now and hop online and do that. So
that'd be awesome.
Damn, can't wait.
Yes.
Wow, that was the whole thing was the first game. So next up,
we didn't really talk about the first game as much as we should have. But Recettear, Recet something, an item shop tale. This is one we talked about a while back, right? As a new release.
Yes.
Back in the day, where you're manning a shop.
Right.
And dude, seriously, like I was just like, I'm not going to spend money on this game.
And then somebody gifted it to you.
Yes.
But not to me. So Master
Two
Jim,
copies. Yes, thank you much,
Master Jim gave Yuzo a copy, and I think he was trying to give it to both of us, and he couldn't find me on there or something.
He did say something to the order of like Yuzo and Tobin.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking maybe
I never got a copy. Maybe he thought we'd share.
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna, like, I already had my Steam account somewhat, and like, it wasn't because of sharing. It's just somehow hacked or something, and I lost all my games. I'm like, I am so tight with my Steam account now.
Yeah,
like
no sharing.
Yeah, no sharing, whatever. But yeah. So Recettear and iShop. So thank you, Master Jim, for giving me a copy. I think maybe he thought it'd be more in my style.
Ah, gotcha.
Because it's weird. It's one of those like weird games you probably find in Japan on those shelves.
Yeah.
Along next to the porn. You know, it's just like one of those like really like indie titles that you don't see actual disc, based games. And apparently there's this group in the US it's all about like importing those kind of games now and translating them.
Oh,
so
that's
like
cool.
a two-man shop getting it,
Yeah.
just changing it around.
Oh, that's very cool. So this wasn't originally a Japanese game, or are you just saying it looks like that?
No, it is Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
and it's that style of game where it's that kind of cheap, kind of indie. They just put it in the same porn shops
Yeah.
or other, arcade shops, and like they're thinking, hey, it actually got a lot of good reviews. We're going to bring it over, and it's weird.
So you own an item shop like in an RPG world?
Yes.
Okay.
So you
But you're not the adventurer. You're the shop owner.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Okay. So you start out the shop owner. You meet with this. Your name's Recettear. You meet a fairy called Tear. They say you owe a lot of money. But by the way, here's a shop where you can owe a lot of money. So it's very Animal Crossing, where you have all this debt initially.
Right.
You're just working off the debt, and the whole idea is you buy items.
It's like being an American.
Yeah, pretty much. After you get out of college.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you go to the shop, you buy shit that's low price. And the whole concept of the game, and I know it's going to bore the fuck out of you, but you take the item, you put it in the slot at the store, and then you hit shop, and then a bunch of people come in and they say, yeah, I would like to buy that for $8,000. And then you say, no, I would like to do it for $4,000. And then $10,000. And then you haggle.
Bargaining? You're haggling?
You're haggling. But if you go too low, they're like, oh, I don't want it. So you have to get within a certain price range.
Yeah.
So the game mechanic is to get a price that's close to it so you make the most profit without them going away.
But are you going on getting the items? Like,
I'm not there yet. Okay. Right?
Okay.
Part of it also is that they can come in and they say, hey, I have this thing for really cheap and I can sell it to you. And then you do the same thing but opposite. So there's this whole element for the first few days, and every day of the game, you have 3 or 4 times where you can do that.
Yeah.
So there's time management where you either put the thing for shop to sell shit,
right.
Go buy some stuff, or go visit, or whatever, or you can adventure.
Oh.
So you can team up with an adventurer, and then play a really shitty dungeon crawling. Do you remember that one game we played with the coins?
Yeah.
But not the ones where it was flipping, but the one we actually had a joystick. We played it for a little bit. We were like, oh yeah, look, I'm killing the slime, and all of a sudden coins would come out.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It's like that level of complexity,
like a 3-button.
Buttons, like everything's dynamically generated.
Yeah.
Kind of like NetHack. So you do that, you're fighting, and all of a sudden they drop some shit. You're like, oh, that's great. You drop it. So everything that your adventurer claims,
right,
you can then sell.
So
that's the game.
So is this game any fun? This sounds really boring.
It's kind of fun. What's interesting in such that, like, wow, they made a game about this.
How long does that sustain you? Like
about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Where I'm like, where are they going with this?
Yeah.
So there's more curiosity. Like,
oh, that's where they're going with this.
And then, like, I played through a dungeon. I'm like, and it's like kind of like multi-level dungeons. You have to, and you have this interesting, like with Persona, where you can either like exit or
keep
kill
going.
the boss. Right? It's just like, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Exit.
Yeah.
So all
gotta
your
keep
shit.
my items.
That's right. So all the shit. I'm just like, okay, where are they going with this? And then all of a sudden, after a while, it's just like the same shit. I'm just like, oh, that's where they're going with this.
Okay.
So I got to give them props for doing something interesting.
Yeah.
But my God.
And it's $20.
Yeah. Is it 20?
Yeah.
It's not 10?
No.
Okay, it's not worth
because you got it gifted and you're like, I'm trying Recettear, I'll try it. I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm not gonna try it for $20.
Especially after I said, you're probably gonna hate it.
Yeah, you did tell me I was gonna hate it. I do feel bad because there's a free demo, but I was so busy playing these other games this week I didn't get a chance to try it. Because there is a free demo on Steam. If you want to, think this is interesting, go give the demo a try.
This game personifies niche.
Yeah.
If there's one where you were playing like fucking Final Fantasy and you hit his shop and you're like, man,
I wish I could run that goddamn potion shop.
Oh,
if
so
only
awesome.
I could run that potion shop, that would be the best game ever.
And love Gil, I guess. So yeah, I'm not a big fan. But thank you much, MasterJim, for letting me experience it because I have now experienced an Ida Shop game, and I know it's not for me.
Right. Yeah, we do appreciate the because the thing is, if you guys gift us stuff, we'll definitely try it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So next up is You Don't Know Jack.
Oh,
You Don't Know Jack, you and I played the shit out of in college. This was the big thing. So every week on the web, there would be a new episode of You Don't Know Jack. It would come out. It was a Flash game.
This is before the web really was the web that you guys know.
This was when there were about 7 web pages.
Yeah.
There was like Mr. T Ate My Balls, and there was You Don't Know Jack. Yeah, Side of the Day, and then there was 4 porn sites.
Maybe
and the girls in the porn had like 80s hair and bush.
Yes. It was actually downloaded from BBS porn.
Kids these days don't know this. I don't know if you guys know this, but 10 years ago, girls had pubic hair. Way back, I know this is the Stone Age.
I know. Now you have to go to a certain different.
That's a fetish site. That's a fetish site. They're like, oh my god, those girls are unshaved.
Like, what is that?
It's disgusting. What is that? Fucking.
It's like arm hair, but down there.
I know what happened.
What?
I like it shaved. I'm down with that.
Do you really?
I like it the way it is.
I like a landing strip.
I'm down with that too.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. I don't like the fucking.
Boom. No, I'm not a. No.
I don't like the. What was the dude that painted the shiny happy trees? Bob something.
Bob. Oh,
Vila. Bob Vila, wasn't it? Oh no, that's the house guy.
That was the guy. Yeah. Not Bob Saget.
No.
God damn it, Bob.
Somebody.
Bobby.
Point is, do the big fro on a girl's crotch. So anyway.
I'm going to remember that shit.
You Don't Know Jack. So You Don't Know Jack was a trivia game, came out once a week. It was free. It was all supported by advertising.
Yep.
And we played the shit out of it.
Yeah, and the best thing about it was the announcer. So it was 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So just one question each round is all multiple choice. But the announcer would be really hilarious. Like the writing of this game was fantastic.
And the questions were always kind of funny, a little bit edgy, a little bit rude.
Yeah.
And it was just enough. It was like we'd get all the people in my room. It was a 4-person, I think. Yes.
I think 3.
Maybe
it was
3.
3. Yeah. So we'd all be around the keyboard, and certain keys would be your answer. Right.
So you get your 3 friends, and everybody would answer the questions. You'd have your 10, 15 minutes of fun, whatever. So
every week.
Game disappeared for 10 years.
Yeah, well, they released other versions here and there.
I didn't even
PC.
hear about those.
Well, yeah, I know. I played the PC versions, and I was like, it's funny. Like, I bring all my friends, hey, let's play You Don't Know Jack, and we'd all play and be like, wow, it's kind of old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was weird because I had to have my wireless keyboard and hook it up to my media. It was shit.
Yeah,
there was no console versions that I remember. But this is the console version, and it works well.
It does. It works. It works perfectly. I mean, they ported it to 360. You can plug in 4 controllers and have everybody play in the same time.
4 buttons for 4 answers.
And it's done. You know, they keep up the pace nice and quick, and the questions are really interesting.
There's a lot of them. I remember because basically each round is 10 or 12 questions or something like that. And I think I saw like in the not 100, but like close to it.
Right.
Number of rounds. So you could be playing this for quite some time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's DLC.
Yep.
So I actually liked it, but for the fact that I didn't have anybody to play with.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. No online play.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really strange. I mean, I could be wrong, but I didn't see anywhere in the menus that I could play online with people.
I kind of looked, but I don't recall. And I remember playing late at night. I just played like first thing, and I'm like, well, that was fun playing by myself.
Right. So I would say that if you want to, especially if you guys are in a college dorm.
Oh my God.
I mean, you can make a drinking game out of this. You could play it sober. I don't know why. You could, do whatever number of things. But when you get your friends in a room, play You Don't Know Jack. This is the shit, and it's a fun thing to do with a group.
Yeah, and it's perfect if you have a lot of people over. It's similar to remember Seen It.
Yes.
So that game was fun.
It was.
This one's actually more fun than Seen It.
Yeah,
a lot more fun.
I think this is more fun. I mean, like Seen It is good. It was a little too easy, like because you could spam the answer thing because like we always found with Seen It, like you just hit right away because you could guess after they gave you the clue. But this one, you are punished hard.
Oh, it hurts.
And everybody gets to guess at the same time, so there's no kind of beating somebody to the punch.
Yep.
Everybody gets to guess an answer, and then there's really cool rounds like this or that, where they'll be like, what kind of hair is on this thing's head? And they'll be like a Medusa, and you gotta say snakes, whatever. But it's like they're flashing on the screen. You gotta do it, and if you do it wrong, you lose points.
Yeah, and the whole thing is a timer. Like you'll start at like $5,000 would be the score, and just all of a sudden, whoom, you start shooting down. So the moment you hit a right answer, if you do it the sooner, you get more points, and so on and so forth. So and they don't do they do some heavy things where the last round you really get a lot of the points.
Yeah.
But still, if you do really well in the first few rounds, it doesn't make it auto win, which I like a lot.
So I agree with you. Like we both bought this game. I will keep it in my repertoire for when I have people over, because I do think this would be fun for a party, get people over, play. Like, you can have this run in the living room.
I'm a little annoyed, though, because I did the same thing with both versions of Seen It, and I've played them twice.
Yeah.
So, like, because the thing is, we don't throw parties a lot, right? We don't do a lot of that stuff.
But that's not the game's fault.
No, not at all. It's awesome. Remember, we had
that's our fault.
We had 8 people at that one time we played Seen It. It was awesome.
That was awesome.
So
it's a good time.
Hopefully, we can be a little more social.
Yes.
And through events and.
But it's a great game. It's a good port. Very solid.
Yeah. Do not play it by yourself.
Yeah, it does not hold up by yourself.
No.
So then, last up.
You finally got it.
I finally got it. So, I mean, you guys have been watching this show for a long time.
Yeah.
Whenever we talk about good adventure games that we wish would come back, we talk about Grim Fandango, we talk about these other things, we talk about Beyond Good and Evil.
Yes.
It's made by Ubisoft. It was made in 2002, maybe?
It's pretty old, isn't it? I remember it's on Xbox and PS2, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's I actually went
really
back
good,
and started playing it on the Xbox just a couple weeks before they announced the HD version of this.
Before you even knew about it.
Before I even knew about it. I
Wow.
quit playing. I waited for this to come back out, and now I've been playing through it in the HD version.
Nice.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Like, it's not. It doesn't look like it was designed on the Xbox 360. Sure. It doesn't push the hardware, but I mean, they made Jade beautiful. They made all the waters beautiful.
Did they do all the textures? So we did all the textures. We did all the everything.
They cranked it all up.
Wow, nice. So I actually didn't get a chance to play it yet.
Yeah, so they didn't change anything else. All of the menus are the same. All the music's the same. All the dialogue's the same. It is just gameplay's identical.
Wow. Okay.
But what's cool is that the gameplay's identical, 60 frames per second, higher res textures. I mean, it looks like butter. Like it is. It looks like a game made in 2009 instead of 2003.
Well, that's great, because the thing is, like, I remember, because I played the Xbox version of it way after, because remember, you were hyping it like crazy, and I'm like, really? Or I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
And, like, it still holds up. The gameplay is fantastic.
Yeah. So the whole thing is you're Jade Raymond. Jade
Raymond would be the...
I can't believe I said that.
That's hilarious.
Your name is Jade. So your name is Jade, and you are a girl living on an island. You run an orphanage. Shit goes down.
Yep.
So aliens are coming in.
Guys.
They're kidnapping all the kids. You got to go save the kids. Mm-hmm. You got this sidekick called Paige, and he's a pig dude.
Yep.
And
you're a photographer, right?
You're a photographer.
Reporter, yeah.
And that comes into the game. You have to document every living species on the island, and every time you do, you get points. Every time you get points, you get pearls.
Yep.
Every time you get pearls, you get better shit. You get better stuff for your race boat. You get better weapons. You get better zooms on your lenses.
Big staff or something like that.
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
You get better stuff on your staff. So the game is a combination of boat racing. There is platforming. There is sneaking, like stealth.
Exploration.
There's collection. There's exploration. There's amazing level design, amazing music. It sticks with you.
It's one of the few masterpieces of that era. Right?
Yeah.
If you think about all of the great games of the Xbox PS2 era,
right.
it's up there.
It is up there, especially
up there. A few other ones,
right? Yeah. And it's one of those things where you're playing through in the middle of the night. You start to develop an affection for Jade. You start to know where everything is in the world.
Characterization of it is fantastic.
Oh, it's
right?
amazing.
Like the storytelling, and this is the thing too. Like you were saying, it worries me that you see this game that's so old. Right, and all the lessons in the game about when you do things like taking pictures, you make it tie it back to the gameplay elements. Yeah. People still don't know how to do that.
I know.
Right, this is one of the games where they got so many things right. It's just all you gotta do is copy it.
Yeah.
For the most part, like Bulletstorm, they did it right.
Yeah.
They took the idea of doing random shit, but then tying it to making your weapons better. Perfect.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
I would say that one thing that I noticed on this playthrough is that you know who the direct spiritual successor to Beyond Good and Evil is? Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh, I can see that. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, totally. So a lot of lessons.
I didn't even think about it until I was playing through again. I'm like, the way she runs, the way you explore the levels, the way they do the sound design, the way they do all of the characterization of people, the way they make you care about the world, and the way they kind of make it human scale. It's all approachable. It doesn't feel dead.
Yeah.
And I was playing through. I was like, holy shit, Ubisoft, you learned! You learned your lessons from Beyond Good and Evil. You made Assassin's Creed 2. I'm skipping the first one.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 2, a fucking awesome game.
And Brotherhood.
Really Brotherhood. Awesome. Oh, Brotherhood. So, there are some companies that do take away from this and do learn, but, it not enough. Not enough.
Yeah, and it's too bad because I know like to do that is really hard, right? Because like if you just think about like if I'm making a game, all of a sudden like I'm doing this picture stuff and then beefing on my character, all of a sudden you have to rebalance your character depending on people that do photography and people that don't.
Yeah.
So it's not easy. Don't get me wrong, but fuck, man, like you got to do it to make games like this really work. So
and they do so much with the pearls where they're to get to the next section of the game, you always have to have X number of pearls. And you can get them so many different ways. If you like boat racing better, then maybe you don't like poking your nose into every single corner of the world. You can get all of your pearls from boat racing. You can get them through the stealth stuff. You can get them through collecting photos and nothing else. Like you can, I mean, not nothing else, but I mean, like you have to do some other stuff. But I mean, it's just like they let you become the kind of gamer you want to be and focus on. I happen to like everything in the world. Like there's one thing that I fucking hate in this entire game. There's only one thing, which is there's this table game.
Oh,
there's a shark.
Shit, you're
there's
right.
a shark with a pearl in his head, and they made the worst goddamn shuffleboard game.
How does that? They're vaguely familiar.
The whole thing is there's an arrow, and you have to get all the shuffleboard pucks on the other enemy's side. And there's a little channel through the middle, and you keep shooting them, and your control is terrible, and they bounce randomly, and the whole thing is get them all on the other side, and I despise that game. I hate it, and I won't play it, and I won't get that pearl in that shark's head.
Well, it's okay, though, because you can get pearl. You can still finish the game.
Yeah, you can totally finish the game.
So there's a trial on Xbox Live Arcade, right?
Yes.
And then do they add achievements as well? I'm assuming so.
Yes.
They had to, yeah.
Okay. There's 200 achievement points as usual.
How much is it? Is it 15?
It was either 15 or 20. I forget. Okay. Either way, I don't care. I don't care.
Matter.
Give me
Totally
60. It's worth it. Fucking worth it. Maybe not.
Because you can get the Xbox version for like $10, I'm sure. So.
That's true. But please, if you haven't played Beyond Good and Evil, go try the HD version. This is a gem.
Now's
this
a
is
good time.
Beautiful, beautiful, awesome game.
Yeah, and right now, especially if you look at the amount of releases that are coming out, there's like 1 or 2 a month at this point. So it's a perfect time to go through these old games that are awesome. Beep.
Yep.
Okay, new releases.
So Darkspore.
Yeah, so Darkspore. So I've actually been playing the beta of this.
Yeah,
because they gave I don't remember how I got the beta, actually, now I think about it. I think somebody mailed it to me. Oh, Amazon mailed it to me, that's right. Amazon said...
Out of the blue?
Well, yeah.
We've seen that you've bought games before?
Well, it's just like, we see you are a fan of PC RPGs. Here's Darkspore. And I'm like...
How did you know that?
When's the last time I bought a PC RPG? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can't, like, StarCraft was the last
Yeah,
PC
that's
game
not RPG.
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just weird. So, like, whatever, they gave it to me a free thing, and I gave it a try. It's Diablo in space.
Yep.
But they also added some spore elements.
Yeah.
So you have a creature, and then you can spend DNA or whatever to like upgrade your creature to get. So instead of like
we played this at PAX.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So it's not much different.
We didn't like it at PAX.
Yeah, and I still kind of don't like it. I'm hoping they kind of do a little more, or like I think there's multiplayer. I didn't get a chance to play any of it.
I would hope so. If it's Diablo-esque, you got to have a party.
You gotta have like
around.
a bunch of people together, but it's just like it just felt so generic in a lot of ways. Where they basically really kind of copied Diablo 2 in a lot of ways and said let's add some spore elements, but they didn't have a good twist.
Yeah.
But like Torchlight has a twist of like make it really like colorful and like cool and like really do it like casual. That's kind of like what Torchlight would, right?
Yeah.
This one's just like it's kind of casual, but like they didn't really do enough to it to make it different.
Well, I remember that because you and I were playing this at PAX, and it was kind of like a big empty plane, and you'd go over and you could smash computer consoles, and you could get some points, and then you could go to the menu and add a new fucking stabby arm and whatever. But it was just like there was. You know what it was? Is I didn't care about the character. Like it was just like it just felt like it was like I don't give a shit about Lego blocks, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no you're right. There's no story. Is there a story in the beta?
I didn't see one, but there might be in the full release. But even so, right? It's a story about these random monsters that are
fighting other random monsters on a empty, soulless plane. Full of shit to smash.
One is rock, one is metal, one is airbase, and
it's got the same story as rock paper scissors.
Pretty much, and like look, at least with Diablo, like you're killing Diablo at the end. I know I have a goal.
Yeah,
and I'm sure they probably add one a year, but it's just like
yeah.
So that I'm not too excited about, but who knows? Maybe you guys might like it.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then next up is Nintendo 3DS. Speaking of things I don't give a shit about.
Right now.
I'm not saying it'll never be good. I'm saying.
So you're not gonna get it? It's
not at launch.
It's like 2 weeks.
What would you buy it for? What would you play if it launched tomorrow? What would you play first?
Nothing.
Can you even name one?
Maybe Ocarina of Time, but even then, I wasn't that jazzed about it.
Yeah.
Like it was like I played it, but I don't understand a lot of people that love Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
I know it's like one of those most well respected, but I'm like, it's another Zelda game. Woo, you know. So that's there. I'm just like, okay, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I can tell you right now, they have announced maybe 35 games for the DS. I care about 2.
The ones that are coming out, not even this year.
Not even this year.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there's probably more. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a Professor Layton. I'm sure there's going to be.
Already,
but the point is, did they announce that?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever.
So next Layton is 3DS.
Okay, so next Layton, I care about that. Fucking Rocket Slime!
Yes,
there's a new Rocket
Slime.
Slime. This is like one of the best DS games ever made, people.
I just hope it doesn't, like, they just announced it. Hopefully they're going to take like 3 years.
It's going to be 2012, late 2012.
Yeah, probably.
And then they announced that the guys that made Mario Galaxy are doing a DS game. So it's not like New Super Mario Brothers. It's
proper 3D.
Proper 3D.
Good. And I think
I'm assuming there'll be a Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, they've announced Paper Mario.
Oh, okay. So I care about 4 games.
So yeah, there's 4 games, and like I totally agree with you. Like for me, like it's with every single DS. DSi came out, the original DS. Like
did you buy a DSi?
Yeah. Oh, well, I got one actually.
Oh, because you lost yours though, didn't you? Yeah.
So I have the DSi, but like you look at the DSi specific games, there aren't that many, right? There was one downloadable Mario vs. Donkey Kong one, which was pretty good. But like you look at the history of the DS, almost always to a T, the first year sucks.
Yeah.
There ain't shit to play. Yeah. So I kind of want to get it, but at the same time I'm thinking, man, in a year they might actually drop the price. It's $250.
But what do you want to get it for? Why you just want to have it? You just want to have
it. It's gadget lust, right? It's one of those ones that's just like you're looking over, you're like,
yeah.
I kind of want it, but at the same time you're right. I wouldn't play. I'd buy it and it would sit and gather dust.
That's my problem. Is I get gadget lust when I have something to lust after. Like if they were announcing Rocket Slime, I would buy it at launch.
Or
I would
Layton would have done it.
Layton would have done it too. I mean, like it just has to be something I care about. But it's just
none of the and the thing is, look, I played the game, so they had it at GDC.
Yeah.
And like I was playing it, and I'm like, man, after 2 minutes, I was just like, Street Fighter. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, there's a Street Fighter, there's a football, there's a Pilot Wings.
And the 3D is kind of cool. Like I'm looking at it, I'm just like, okay, and like part of it was like when you put it all the way, I was getting a headache.
Yeah.
So you do have to kind of knock it down a notch depending on who you are.
Right.
But it was like immersive. I was like, I would kind of like to see movies on it. Or like I've been hearing the rumors of Netflix releasing streaming 3D, at least trailers.
What the fuck?
It's got Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
I would try that. I would check it out. I would check that out.
For that, would you say like all of a sudden they have like 5 or 6 like pretty decent 3D movies? You already have Netflix, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you can just stream it to your 3DS.
No.
Really?
No. I'm anti 3D.
Really?
I'm not saying not 3D games, but like 3D movies I think are bullshit.
Interesting.
Yeah, the technology angers me.
Well, Avatar was pretty cool.
It was all right.
It was.
I'm just saying, like I saw it in 3D.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, that movie would have been fine in 2D. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't need it. Like I feel distracted in the theater with the glasses on. Like I feel like I'm watching a movie in a box.
You don't need glasses with this guy, right?
Okay. I'm just saying I wouldn't buy it for that. That's all
so you wouldn't say like, okay, I want to watch a 3D movie at all.
On my 4-inch screen.
On the train.
This is gonna be sweet.
And actually, this is one actually big thing about the 3DS is just like you have to keep it the same distance.
Oh, you have to find the sweet spot?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, you find the sweet spot, it's fine, but then the moment you go like this, it's like, it's all fucked up. Or like this, it's just like, it's just weird because I have to keep my head. I'm not, here I'm like, right? I'm like, like you never sit still when you're playing games, but you have to with this.
I know.
I'm not sold on the tech. I'm honestly not, but it's gadget lust. That's the only reason. And I'd buy it, and it would gather dust for like months before.
You would buy it, or you will buy it?
I'm gonna buy it when there's a game out. The game coming out that.
But you're not gonna buy it at launch?
It's $250. Like, dude, you're right. Like, I'm thinking, what game would I actually want to play on it?
I know.
None.
Really, one of those things is that you buy it and you have these, like, you're looking at the games on the shelf. You're like, fuck, I already bought this. I don't want any of that shit.
What I'm doing is I'm taking all my DS games. I'm like, boop, pick cross, woo, not in 3D. Woo.
God damn it. Yeah, so, I am genuinely excited for some of the crop of games. But the thing that bugs me is I could give a fuck about the 3D. Yeah. So I just wish that I could get the new Rocket Slime and the new Layton, the new whatever on my existing DS. I don't need this shit.
You won't be able to, yeah.
But I gotta buy it. I'll buy it when there's games. I'll buy it the day that Rocket Slime comes out. I will have a new 3DS.
I predict before the end of 2012, we'll both own one.
2011?
Sorry, 2011. Yeah, before the end of the year. Because one game will come out. Be it Paper Mario, because that'll do it. Be it Layton.
That'll do it.
Right?
Mario.
Zelda, Mario.
Zelda.
Any of those games will do it.
Zelda, as long as you're not driving a goddamn train. No trains.
No
No
Star Trek
fucking hot
2,
air
right?
balloons. No slow shit.
Ship may be okay. Maybe.
Maybe.
Better
be a battleship with some guns on it.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for our show.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. We still did not write the outro for this, so I cannot read it from memory.
Yeah, now you're even worse.
Oh yeah,
because you've got some booze in you. Now you're not even trying. Look at you.
Range. My name is Yuzo Watanabe.
Yes, my name is Tobo Kozire. If you got any questions or comments, you can always email us at feedback@NooBTooB.com.
Oh, let me do the phone number.
All right, do it.
Or if you have a cell phone, please call us at 888-233-8480. Oh,
Yes!
Woo!
Fuck you, Juan. We remembered something.
I remember shit. Thank you for watching.
Yep, we'll see you next week. We're out.